How's it going, guys? It's Jeremiah. I'm here at Design Orchard in the heart of Singapore's shopping district. It's raining a little bit, but I'm not going to let that dampen my spirits because I'm here at the IWC Top Gun pop-up exhibition. I'm going to meet Christian Kanoop, the Chief Design Officer of IWC, and he's going to walk us through this exhibition. So let's head over there right now. Christian, how are you?
Hi, Jeremiah.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Please come in.
Thank you. I was told to wear green today, and I think I'm beginning to understand why.
Absolutely. It's all about woodland green.
Right, you've painted this whole shipping container woodland green and used it as your exhibition space.
Yes, woodland green is one of the big novelties this year on our Top Gun range. And it was the talking points already with the launch in Geneva.
Right.
Woodland green and Lake Tahoe are the two new strong colors we are presenting in this collection.
Okay.
And we decided for Singapore, for the green city, to go with woodland green.
That's why you picked green.
As the story for this exhibition.
Right. All right, let's start over here at this exhibit. Incredible display of the squadron watches, which I think IWC started to produce, exclusive watches for naval aviators in 2018. But the partnership with Top Gun, if I'm not mistaken, started in 2007. And in 2008, you joined the company. So I'm sure you've been intimately involved with the Top Gun project since then.
Yes, absolutely. Professional pilot's watches is part of our brand DNA. We started in the 1930s and built on that a reputation in the world of professional aviation. And this made us start with the Top Gun watches in 2007. And when I started in 2008, we were starting from that single watch offer, which was a double chronograph back at the time, right. Marking the most contemporary and most technical performant end of the pilot's watches, and built this into a full collection with a big pilot perpetual calendar, with more pieces around the theme of black ceramics and titanium.
Right. Okay, let's have a look here at this amazing display of squadron watches. And I see, like, at the top 4 row, I think they are done in partnership with Top Gun, right? The Navy Fighter Weapons School.
Yes, we work with the Top Gun program, not beyond using the name Top Gun since 2007. We have started a collaboration a couple of years ago with the Strike Fighter Weapons School, yeah. How the Top Gun program is called today, and work with their training units in Lemoore and also in Fallon, Nevada. Mm-hmm. And what we see here on the top level are watch editions that are exclusive to professional pilots that are graduates of that program. The automatic and the chronograph are the so-called graduate models. This one here is exclusively reserved to Top Gun instructors, and this is the Top Gun Adversary,
like a very special one,
which is one of the fundamental clues of the Top Gun program, to have a elaborate strike fighter training, air combat training with dissimilar aircraft types. Right. And this is called the Adversary, also signed by this Mojave colors. This is also what they wear in their flight suits.
Right.
All the other watches, what we see here, are squadron watches we developed together with individual squadrons. They require or request an individual and personalized watch for their squadron, using the squadron patches, using the color schemes of that squadron. And all these watches are actually purchased by professional pilots from these squadrons, right. Or veterans. Or they get all a personal engraving with their name and their call sign.
Yeah, I believe most of them are not commercially available, but I think there are 2 particular models from 2 squadrons that have a civilian version. Right? And
yes, definitely.
The Blue Angels and the Royal Maces, if I'm not mistaken.
You're right. Blue Angels and Royal Maces are also available as a kind of civilian version with a slightly adjusted design. But what we see on display here is a professional version. For example, the Blue Angels civilian features a blue ceramic case, while the professional one has a black ceramic case, we see here. And all these watches are really developed together with the pilots in design workshops. Many of the design workshops I've joined myself. Mm-hmm. For example, there's two squadrons here, like the Royal Maces and the Diamondbacks. They're based in Iwakuni in Japan. Yeah. So we visited them, we worked with the pilots. There's lots of very strong watch aficionados in the squadrons that are fostering a little bit this collaboration, and they're very outspoken about their creative ideas, and we have a fantastic creative exchange there between the design teams in Schaffhausen and then the squadrons. And you have to imagine that each of the watches really mark also a strong collaboration. There's a lot of passion and ideas also from the pilots and the creative teams in Schaffhausen coming together in these pieces.
I think the Blue Angels are incredibly popular because, I mean, they are the demonstrative squadron for the US Navy, and I think it's a great recruitment tool, you know, for the US military when they exhibit all their acrobatic performances. Right. Okay, let's move on from there. I think we'll go on to exhibit space over here. Now, this looks very interesting to me because it looks like the booth that you had at the Watches and Wonders.
Absolutely, we want to be consistent with what we present in Geneva. We are not only presenting the new watches, but we are also presenting the look and feel of the campaign. And what we did in terms of container setup at the booth in Geneva, and the very crisp, contemporary, black and white, very bold graphics, aesthetics that are typical for the IWC Schaffhausen brand, continues also in the campaign and the different roadshows we do around the world. We don't have a container roadshow here, but we have seen the containers outside, and we have various exhibitions traveling the world in different countries where we set up mobile exhibitions with a kind of container style roadshow to present our brand and present our product.
Right.
We really aim also to do this in very special locations that really allows us to speak to new target groups, to go to high streets, to go on the beach, to go on a music festival or a design festival, and really to reach a wider and new audience.
Right. You mentioned before at the beginning of the Top Gun partnership, most of the ceramic pieces were in black, right, which is more muted, maybe more utilitarian aesthetic. But then it came out with this amazing piece, the Mojave Desert color.
You're absolutely right. I mean, all these colors are inspired by the world of professional aviation. So they're picking up color schemes you find in the uniforms, but also in the training area of the Top Gun pilots. But we translate these colors together with our partner Pantone into a color set that is very much of this time, a very contemporary offer, and that allows us also to make a transfer basically from the pilots only world of aviation to something that has a wider meaning in the world of fashion and lifestyle.
Yeah, why do you think it is that the military aesthetic has really been kind of updated or resonated with a more contemporary audience, you know, those who are more fashion conscious, style conscious? And I've seen many ladies, you know, who have bought the Lake Tahoe post on Instagram, and they really love this white colored ceramic piece. Why do you think that is?
No, I think we believe that these colors have a meaning outside of the military context. The colors like white and also the sand color, the green, you also find in a fashion context, and you find in fashion collections, you find in outfits of our customers. So in the end, also for us, it's a way also to create a very contemporary product, which is not a pure professional or pure vintage product, but is really meeting the aesthetic world of a modern customer. And in that sense, also our customers have changed. They have embraced streetwear. They have embraced a more casual outfit. They embraced sneakers. So we also want to play along with that and find a good translation of exactly these technical codes coming from military aviation, from the professional watches, and take them into a creative context. And a partner like Pantone is actually an absolute standard reference in the world of creatives, no matter if they're graphics designer, product designer, fashion designer. So this really underlines our ambition to be a very creative, very design-minded brand, and with a strong design focus on product.
Let's talk a little bit about Pantone, and I see there's a display right here where you have really deconstructed the IWC Woodland model, right, into its case components as well as the movement, the caliber 69385. Maybe talk a little bit about working with the organization to come up with these amazing colors, and what were some of the challenges when you had to develop, you know, the color palettes for the particular components?
No, actually, this display shows actually two things. It shows how technical the construction of our watches are.
Yes.
That there goes such an amount of technology in the construction of the movement. This is all in-house chronograph movements. This is really IWC materials we represent basically since the 80s, like titanium, like ceramics.
Yes.
In this case, you find them all playing together because you have components that are made from ceramics, like the woodland green case ring, but you also have other components that are the titanium and ceratanium, which is an IWC proprietary development, blending together the material characteristics of titanium being a very tough material and ceramics ultra hard and stretch resistant. So when this comes together in this very technical construction of the watch case, but also we have the aesthetic challenge to have various components coming from different materials, from different suppliers that have to match one reference color. And this reference color is what we developed together with Pantone and defined as the IWC Woodland color. So you have rubber, you have textile, you have the thread, you have the dial, you have the ceramic case. All this has to match and come together, and this is quite a technical challenge, really, to resolve that. And this requires a lot of interactions and iterations with various suppliers and material tests.
Yeah, I always find it amazing because I know your sapphire crystal is made to withstand drops in air pressure. You know, it's just underpins, you know, the kind of engineering that goes on in IWC watch.
Absolutely. I mean, each of these watches, I mean, they might appear like as a very fashionable color range, but they still use the technical DNA and the technical standards of what we have seen earlier in the professional watches.
I know you like straps a lot, right? I see two straps here. Maybe tell me what these are about.
This is actually part of the prototypes we did in the development together with Mark On.
Okay.
We developed this exclusive strap we are launching here in Singapore, and this has been a process that took us more than 1 year to work together on this new strap. And there were lots of ideas exchanged between Mark and myself. Many of them via WhatsApp because we couldn't
during COVID
couldn't travel.
I see.
And so we're sending back and forth inspirational pictures and sketches and also material samples via express shipment. And so these were some early explorations of suitable materials, suitable combinations to translate the color green and the iconic camo pattern from Mark into a watch strap.
Right. And this vintage-looking strap?
This vintage-looking strap is actually one of the pieces I think Mark manufactured himself in one of the early stages of the process.
That's cool. Let's move on to here because Mark is actually off camera, guys, and we're going to speak to him right now. Mark, how are you?
I'm good, man. Yeah.
All right, guys, if you don't know who Mark Ong is, he's also known by his alias or nom de guerre, Mr. Sabotage. Right, he's a local designer and he's been working with IWC to come up with a special edition strap which really looks very cool. I think you mentioned in the beginning of the early 2000s, right? You started to design streetwear, and camouflage has really become like your signature aesthetic. Why did you choose camouflage at a time when it wasn't really popular like it is today?
Two things. You know, we all serve mandatory military service, and I was in the Air Force.
Okay.
So I wasn't like striving to be a pilot or anything, but I was particularly like with my graphic design background, I was really interested in military aesthetics. And fast forward all that, after serving the military, I started my own brand. And back then, when we were designing streetwear, it's all about juxtapositioning like different elements, piecing them together to form a new feeling.
Right.
And I chose camouflage.
Okay.
So I always like to say that I caught a glimpse of the future of what streetwear would be like today.
Yeah.
And I had a good head start by practicing painting camouflage, which became an obsession of mine. And I'm still obsessed till today. And it's amazing to be putting that signature pattern on an IWC watch.
How did the partnership with IWC begin?
I got an email one day with Cindy from IWC Singapore.
Okay.
And we had a chat, and the vibe was amazing. And soon after, I was chatting with Chris Granger on Instagram via DM. Cool. That's super
Power
cool,
of
right?
social media, no?
The power of social media, and we were chatting about sneakers and like everything else.
I've seen Chris with his sneakers on Instagram a lot. Yeah. He's
Yes,
really-
yes. I made him a few pairs. I also made Christian a few pairs. He's wearing.
He's wearing
one,
it now, right?
He's wearing
You guys
one
take a look.
now.
Check these out.
And
That's so awesome.
Yeah,
Custom made by Mark Ong.
and even like stamped his name, like a.
That's so
yeah,
cool.
it's sort of like a military issue stamp, which
Yes.
he's a big fan of.
Yes.
And it's really matching with what the project that we have done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us a little about this. I think what you call it's a tiger camo on
Yes.
your strap.
The base is a tiger camo, and a couple of years back when I was like playing around with it on Photoshop, I accidentally hit the inverse button, and it flipped inside out. And I saw, by mistake, I saw a very interesting presentation of it, and therefore I've started to call it the X-ray
Right.
camo, and which is now on the IWC strap, which I'm super excited about.
Okay, these comes in two sizes. I think 20 and 21 millimeters.
20 and 21, that's correct.
And it's
Yeah.
a global e-commerce exclusive.
Global e-commerce exclusive, but especially for Singapore, you're able to get it in the stores.
Right. I think
Yeah.
Ion and Marina Bay Sands. Those
Yes,
are the
correct.
two boutiques.
That's
that
correct.
You can purchase these straps on.
Yeah.
Wow, it looks incredible. Instead, how much are the straps? No, the price? How much do they cost?
I think they are $470 US dollars, $670 Singapore dollars.
What is great with these straps is that it's not another watch or another edition, but it's really a strap. This is very versatile in its
Yes.
expression. It fits a couple of the new models, like the Woodland,
Yep.
but it's also going on a couple of existing models in our collection. And this, for us, is also a very new way, not only to launch a product in a kind of drop launch online only, which creates a certain momentum, but it's also a way really to engage with our customer base,
Right.
with the existing customers who like to play with this new ease exchange system they have purchased to try new straps and to modify the look of the watches, but also the existing customers who have already older models within the Palace range, and it's amazing to see how well the aesthetics of this strap play with the different models, the different combinations, like steel black dial, bronze green dial, and so on.
I always say if you have a very modest watch collection, if you change out the strap, it breathes new life into the watch,
Yeah.
just like you have a brand new watch. You know what I
Exactly,
mean?
exactly.
All right, thanks so much, Mark. Thanks
Thanks.
for talking to us. Right?
Cheers,
I
man.
think we have one more exhibit to visit.
Okay,
So maybe
good.
I'll
Yep.
just come with Christian over here.
Well.
So this is a metaverse
Exactly.
virtual reality experience, right?
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about what we're looking at here.
No, IWC has always been on the forefront also of digital. We have embraced social media very early on. We've been launched web sales very early on, and now with the Web3, this offers a couple of interesting opportunities we also want to be part of. And we have announced our activities in Metaverse during Watches and Wonders.
Yes.
We've released and opened our Diamond Hand Club, so
Yes.
where we're releasing NFTs also in different contexts at the fair and so on, to create an online community
I
around
believe to
that.
join this exclusive club, you need to have a NFT token. I think there was
Yes.
one given out at Watches and Wonders
Yes,
called the
exactly.
Genesis
So-
token, right?
So we had a couple of these tokens giving out at certain events. We recently had something with Filling Pieces in Amsterdam as well. So we are constantly also engaging with this community with tokens, with off and online events with this community.
Right. I've also heard possibly in the future, if you're part of this community, you'll be able to receive or have a first drop, so to speak, of certain exclusive pieces, right?
Definitely. I mean, we now have developed certain spaces also around the colors of Top Gun, together with the well-known architect Hani Rashid. So
Right.
we have developed 4 spaces in the metaverse, in the spatial on the spatial platform, to make people experience what the colors of Top Gun mean in a kind of 3D virtual experience. But obviously the opportunities are endless also to do launches there in future and to have more exclusive offers.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, looking forward to it. We should probably also add that if you buy one of the colored ceramic watches, you do get the opportunity to download a token to join this exclusive club as well.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, guys, I think that's it. Thanks so much, Christian, for
Was a
walking
pleasure
us
talking to
through
you.
this exhibition. I'm also told that if you come here, you can scan a QR code outside and you can download an NFT which gives you certain freebies. If you come between the hours of 12 to 5, you can get an ice cream. Between 5 to 9, you can get a bottle of beer. So bring your friends, bring your family,
Check out the exhibition.
come and check out the world of IWC and Top Gun. So the exhibition is open to the public 22nd of October and it runs until October 30th. So there you have it, guys. Thanks for listening in. Take care and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye.